And there we have it. Here is meal one on my regular base day. I've got egg whites, a whole egg, and spinach with pink salt and just some pepper. And then this is oats with blueberries, stevia, and actually a little bit of salt as well. And then I'm gonna throw some Cholula on top of my eggs. And that is meal one. So I'm getting ready to go train, so I'm making my pre-workout meal right now. I'm literally just having chicken and rice. I already have my chicken prepped. I get a lot of questions how I do this. So this is already pre-cooked chicken. I cook this in the crock pot. I literally cook it plain, no seasonings or anything like that, just chicken and like a little bit of water to keep it moist, and then I cook it overnight, and then I just pull the chicken breasts out, throw it in this container, and shred it up. So now that I'm prepping my meal, I will take this chicken, portion it out, and then I will throw it in a pan with some coconut aminos. These are a staple for me. I put this on literally everything. So I'm going to throw my pre-cooked shredded chicken in a pan with some cocoa aminos just to heat it up, and then I'm going to have some jasmine rice, or actually technically this is sticky rice, and pink salt, and I'm going to eat that and get myself ready to go train legs today. All right, here we go. This is my meal. Chicken with coconut aminos, Cholula, rice, and pink salt. So let's eat this and get ready to go kill some legs. What's up, y'all? So this is future Aria here. And I'm just gonna do like a voiceover. This is my first time ever doing a voiceover. So let's see how this goes. But we are getting ready to train legs. So while I was just talking, you saw me eating my pre-workout meal. So I will eat that and then let that sit for about, 45 to 60 minutes. And then I'll start driving on over to the gym. Just give my food some time to digest before I train, so I can really pump all of that food where I want it to go, and get the most out of it for my training session. So we are obviously training legs. A little bit about my workout split right now. So my workout split is a little weird. And I say that because we're focusing on very specific areas now. So earlier on in my competitive career, it was really a lot about putting on tissue, and just really, really gunning for tissue, because I was very small. And then now, we obviously did some shape building and whatnot, but it was a lot of emphasis on just putting on tissue in specific areas. And now I'm still obviously trying to grow in certain areas, but not quite as much as I was when I was, in the amateur um, or in the NPC. So my training split's a little bit weird. So, anyways, my leg days are pretty heavy on the glutes, which is not a surprise if you know anything about bikini. Um, but I am somebody that like I really have to push really freaking hard to build muscle. So, um, yeah, and glutes is one of those areas that I need to improve on. So, doing a lot of glutes right now. Um, as I've been just kind of like rambling on, what I'm doing here, by the way, I am doing a single leg RDL and I am focusing on my glute here. So if I wanted to get a little bit more hamstring, I wouldn't bend my knee quite so much. But I'm really trying to maximize hip flexion so that I can bias my glutes. You're still going to get some hamstrings, obviously, with this movement, but doing it the way that I'm doing it is going to prioritize the glutes a bit more. I'm just holding on to the squat rack for stability. That's really all that is doing. I'm not using it to hold any load or anything like that. I really just wanted the stability and yeah. So that's what I'm doing here. Single leg RDLs. Nothing special with like my sets or anything. These are pretty, I think I think these ones are pretty like straight sets, so nothing crazy. I'm just really trying to tax the F out of my glute. And this is our first movement. So while I finish these up, I guess I will keep just like talking about like how this prep is going. Um, Honestly, like right now, like I am feeling so good. I have a lot of energy on most days. Obviously, there's some prep lows in there, but not nearly as significant as what I've had in the past. Oh, cardio, I get asked this pretty frequently right now, is really not that bad. I'm only doing 45 minutes on the stairs 3 times a week, and 3 days on the bike for 45 minutes. And that's it. And soon that will also be changing because we are getting closer and closer to my pro debut, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. So we're on to the next movement. This is a seated ham curl. What I'm really focusing on here is I really want to get as much as I can out of the negative. So as I am allowing the weight to come back up, you can see that it's nice and controlled. I'm really trying to maximize everything I can out of that portion in this movement. I'm still trying to get a good squeeze at the top. And you can see that I will start to help myself if I have to, so that I can get a full contraction. But like I said, I'm really trying to get as much as I can right here out of the lengthened part of the movement. So as I'm allowing the weight to come back up. Oftentimes, you may not be able to get the weight all the way down without assistance, but you still have some stuff left in the tank for the negative part of the movement. If you were to have a spot or, help yourself kind of get those last couple reps, you'll be able to get a little bit more. I guess that's a pro tip. I'm giving all the secrets away here, you guys. And here I am going into partials. So I think I've only pictured like 1 or 2 sets here. And I am keeping my volume pretty, I guess it's like moderate, I guess, but I'm not I'm not doing like 5 sets or anything. I'm doing like 3. Okay, here, these are cable kickbacks. You might notice that I set these up a little bit different than maybe what you typically see. And the reason for that is I actually prefer this setup because, once again, I am able to get the glute fully lengthened by allowing my knee to come up, rather than having the cable pulley all the way down or lower. You're able to get more out of this movement because you're allowing that glute to fully lengthen. Also, like, if you think about it, if you look at different types of athletes, like sprinters, for example, they often have big glutes, and that's because they're of the movements that they're doing, right, when they are training for, sprinting. They're pushing off and kind of like firing, similar to how my leg is moving here. It's not obviously the exact same, but it is a similar movement, if you were to like run and jump or whatever on a track. I never ran track. I played beach volleyball, but I just think it's interesting that a lot of times you can tell what sports people play, or maybe have a history in, just by their physique. And these are really hard. You can obviously tell that I'm going pretty heavy on these, and I'm really trying to fail here. I want to completely max out everything to where I could not get a single more rep. But I actually don't think that was a failure set. I think that was probably like, I don't know, 2 or 3 reps in reserve, maybe. But here we're on to hip press. So I absolutely love this movement, and I have this set up for glutes because, shocker, I said at the beginning of this voiceover that I am trying to grow my glutes a little bit more and kind of put a little bit more emphasis on them and less on my quads. So I am prioritizing my glutes by how I have this set up. So I'm going to keep my feet narrow, and I'm going to have them high on the platform. I also prefer a hip press over a leg press when available. It just feels better to me, and also, given that it's a hip press, you're going to get more hip flexion, and that's going to allow you to get more glutes. So let me just explain this set really quick because, well, maybe not really quick. This is literally like a long set. So let me just explain what I'm doing here. So I did have some straight sets prior to this one. This is like my top set. And I'm doing a cluster set here. So I'm doing a set number of reps, and then I'm resting, and then I'm doing the same number of reps, and then I'm resting, and then I'm doing the same number of reps, and then resting, and then I'm also going to add a drop set onto that. So I'm just going to, after I complete the cluster set, which is the 3, basically like the 3 mini sets, I'm going to drop the weight, which I just did here, and then I'm going to rep it out until I can't anymore. So this is a pretty taxing set, and it is my top set, so it is after, some straight sets prior to this, like I said. And of course, I think this is like our second to last movement, I think, in this workout, so right at the end. But hip press is definitely one of my favorite movements, and I do think that I've been able to see a lot of growth in my glutes from this movement, paired with, some of the other movements that you've seen in this video, or like different variations of the movements that you've seen in this video. But yeah, that is pretty much what I'm doing here. Obviously, I'm getting tired, which I should be. This is a failure set, so you you got to go until you can't anymore. So yeah, I think all we have left is calves. Yep. So I'm just going to finish out standing calf raises here. Nothing special with these. I think I did like 3 straight sets of this. So no exciting sets like we did on the hip press or anything like that. But we're going to do calves. I really don't train calves very much. I think I train them once, maybe twice a week. All right, so just got done training. Pretty freaking hungry. Think I'm probably gonna get a high day tomorrow, which I'm excited for, but we'll see. But I have literally like a stupid amount of Amazon packages that I need to open. So I'm gonna do that right now, and I'm also going to make a meal. All of this stuff is literally like preparation for competition. So I'm literally like ordering a ton of stuff for show day specifically, and then also like photo shoots and stuff that I have scheduled for after my pro debut. So I'm gonna open up all this stuff and allow my CNS or my central nervous system to kind of like chill after training, get down to base and just relax. Also after driving, because driving is stressful because people suck at driving, especially when you're in Texas and they want to drive 5 miles an hour when the speed limit is 80. So I'm gonna open up all this stuff, and then we will chat about eating. All right, y'all, so it's finally time to eat. I'm so freaking hungry. So let's just get straight to it. This is what we're eating. This is my 3rd meal of the day and my post-workout meal. So I have, once again, we're low. We are prepping. So we've got egg whites and 1 full egg. I also threw in some cilantro, black pepper, and pink salt. And then over here we have 75 grams of bananas and a rice cake. So this is what we're eating. This is post-workout meal, and also meal number 3 for today. I'm so hungry. Let's eat.